It's time for the first MK Mailbag of 2023, where I answer your questions or just read your emails that you have sent to me at Megyn, M-E-G-Y-N, at megynkelly.com. Love this, and I love getting your mail. So please continue sending it because it's become the main place where I get your feedback on the show, good, bad, or ugly. Always appreciate hearing from you guys. So here's a couple. We had a debate the other day about what happened to poor Damar Hamlin, and the updates have gotten better on him. Thank God. But we debated the Skip Bayless tweet when Eric Bolling was on about, it was while Damar Hamlin was down, and he tweeted about how the NFL was going to have to decide whether to continue this game, but how could they possibly not, given how close we are to the end of the season? But it all seems so insignificant now, in light of what's happened on the field. Well, Eric was mad at Skip Bayless. I defended Skip, but Eric's point was maybe the tweet would have been okay, but not while the guy's down on the field and his heart isn't beating. Like have some heart. And then I revealed to the audience that Canadian Debbie, my longtime producer, we've been together, America's Newsroom, America Live, The Kelly File, NBC, we've been together forever. She's my producer alter ego. She was very hardcore on Skip Bayless did nothing wrong. that he had a right to do it. He was a journalist. It's his job to think about things like this. And the audience, everybody who emailed agrees with Debbie. Here's one from Erica. We're curious, often nosy people. It feels the same to me as when there's a tragic airline crash, a natural disaster, or even a horrific car accident we drive by. We send prayers and love, but we always ask what happened. It's a natural human response. Darla in Iowa says Skip's tweet was true and presented the tension that the NFL will be navigating while trying to put it in the proper perspective in the moment, which I agree with Canadian Debbie is his job. Could you find reasons to be offended by the tweet if that was the goal? Clearly the answer is yes for many, but I think an objective reading of the tweet renders it quite benign. Craig writes in, I had not considered Mr. Bolling's point that the tweet occurred while Damar laid on the field. However, I agree with Canadian Debbie. I don't have an issue with his tweet, never did. I felt his tweet was one of the more genuine and rational of those that were questioned. So that's just a sampling, but everybody agreed with Canadian Debbie, did not think Skip did anything wrong. Canadian Debbie says she loves our listeners. Debbie do. We call her Canadian Debbie because she used to be American Debbie. She grew up in Ohio, but then she married a damn Canadian and moved to damn Canada, had a bunch of damn Canadian children. I love them all, but I'm just mad that Canadian Debbie moved away from me. I'm getting over it. It's been like 10, 12. How many years, Deb? It's been a decade. Okay. Barbara Walters, of course, the legendary newscaster, trailblazer, died this past week and at the age of 93, I think, 93 or 94. And we talked on the show about the barriers she broke, but also some other lessons I learned from Barbara Walters, including what not to do in the parenting field. And I learned all those lessons from her book. Her memoir called Audition, which came out in 2008, was very eye-opening for me. As a young mother, I was about to become a mother, a young bride at that point, and I hadn't yet had my first child. He would come in 2009, and another in 11, another in 13. And her mistakes in the parenting lane were horrifying. George writes in, your scorching indictment of Barbara Walters' mothering took guts, and I deeply admire your continuing commitment to follow the truth wherever it leads. You chose to highlight what is one of the worst phenomena of our century, the degradation of motherhood. Thank you for that, George. Some people thought I was too hard on her. I get that too. Somebody calls themselves D, says, you do such a good job talking about being friends with people you disagree with. One of my best and longest friends cut me out of her life earlier when I said I disagreed on the COVID vaccine. Stand by my view, but it still hurts. I'd like to repair that relationship eventually. Any advice? D, don't do it. D, your friend sounds like a loser. D, if your friend cuts you off because of your position on the COVID vaccine, that's a message from the Lord telling you to move on, and you should listen to the Lord. You can find truer and better friends. So you've heard me talk about Bonner Private Wine Partnership in the past. Listen up, okay? They have incredibly rare Mailbags right now that you must try. If you enjoy a great glass of wine, try these wines from the extreme altitudes of Argentina. The flavor is spectacular. They got blackberry, leather, smoke, little dark cherry. Who doesn't love that? And these wines are nearly impossible to get on your own. The producers deep in the Andes Mountains make limited quantities. The best part is they have cut out the middleman, which means you will not deal with a big markup. Today we have a new offer that we've never had before. If you visit BonnerPrivateWines.com/MKS, Bonner is BONNER, BonnerPrivateWines.com/MKS, you will not only get the wine for over 50% off plus free shipping, you'll also get a bonus bottle of small batch limited production wine from their exclusive wine cellar. That means you get 4 bottles for the price of 3. It's a deal that's hard to turn down if you are a wine lover like I am. Just visit BonnerPrivateWines.com/MKS to claim your bonus bottle and become a part of America's most unique wine club. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.